So
We're
so
running.
relax.
This is what we call real-time thinking.
And you need to introduce yourself and who you are and what you are. So,
I like how he's doing it when he asks for time. I love it. On the spot. Jack Gottlieb with Collegiate Empowerment. You want roles too?
yeah,
Okay, so let me start again.
because it's impressive.
Because I want to know exactly what you want. I hope
This isn't your
Really? He's not going to put this on?
yeah.
Submit this? Jack Gottlieb, Executive Director of Campus Impact Initiatives for Collegiate Empowerment. My main focus and commitment when it comes to leadership is beyond just an event or a program, really making sure something is sustainable and lasting so that in really supporting actual change, growth for both the students and that greater community, it will work.
I just found the Zoom on here.
Don't focus on a bad spot.
I got the note. Hi, we've got Jack Gottlieb here, and we're going to be asking him one of our leading questions. And one of the first questions we're going to ask you, Jack, is what is the relationship between a leader and a follower?
I would say the main relationship between a leader and a follower is I think, really simple. You know, it's an opportunity to really work towards something of greater significance and value beyond themselves. So, for example, if it's at a collegiate campus, then we're working together to support creating a community that, you know, we can grow, we can learn, and maybe we can create a greater sense of opportunity, friendship, chances for people to find themselves. And that's what a college community is about. You know, in a business, okay, we're talking about, you know, maybe is there an impact to that service or product, or is it bottom line growth? But it's, to me, the relationship is such that it's really making sure to be able to work together in a way that can create something of significance, short or long term, bigger than themselves. So if we have all leaders doing something, then we have a lot of people that have a lot of ideas, a lot of direction, a lot of plans, but not necessarily a lot of action. If it's all followers, we have a lot of action, but with change in the world, change in society, change in technology, change in social norms, change in everything macro and micro, we're doing a lot of stuff, but it's always going to be 9 steps too late. So I think where there's action and followers and sometimes too much direction of leaders, the relationship between two allows both of their best value to come out.
Great. Let me follow up with another leading question. What do you think followers are looking for in leaders? What qualities?
I would say 3, and I'm sure there are more, but as I really think about this in experience and just my own life, I think 3 things. Number 1 certainly is, I think, confidence. Because so many students, government officials, or corporate America, or athletes for that matter, they would have a sense of confidence that whoever is leading that team, group, institution, company, that, okay, when I come to work today, I know that they have my best interest in mind, this is a safe, secure place, that I know if something goes wrong, I can look to my leader for that sense of what to do or what's going to happen. And I think most importantly, they have a sense of confidence that, wow, I can really grow here, or this is not just a 9 to 5, or when is my lunch break, or when is my 2-week vacation, or when is Friday? Well, I hate Monday. It's not the clock in, clock out, but a sense of confidence that, wow, there's something here, and that they can do something for me. That's 1. 2 is opportunity. So if I have the right confidence, now I see potential for myself. I'm really intrigued to do more. I can really get involved with more. I want to be involved in discussions or meetings that maybe my job isn't a part of, but I want to take a step up as that follower, because now I really have a direction from my leader to really, wow, I can maybe be involved in more. And that led me to my 3rd point, is a sense of direction. Okay, my job, whether it's data entry or whatever it is I'm doing, where is this leading? What project am I a part of? Am I part of a bigger piece, or am I just doing my 9 to 5 job? So I think with that direction, which is a vision, and I see, wow, I'm really doing something bigger, and while I see how my piece is a part of that being ownership, that gives me opportunity now to explore myself, give more, do more, go above and beyond where I thought possible. And because of that, now I have a real sense of confidence in my leader, because he's given that to me, to now be able to do things on my own, because I know my leader is there for me.
Right. Now the flip side of that.
Okay. So what are leaders looking for in
Exactly.
the followers? I think that what they're looking for, and again, this is probably to me the most difficult question, because so many leaders have either a one-dimensional view, so what's in it for them, and I just want to extrapolate as much as possible and squeeze you to you're like, I get as much out of you. I think the authentic leader is looking for loyalty, number 1. I think loyalty to not just the job, but loyalty to the mission of the company, whether it be, Jack Welch, whether it be Any of the great leaders of business of our times, whether it was Bill Gates, I think that loyalty was a big thing for them because they had this big vision. And they needed, there needed to be a sense of trust and loyalty that as they're either working that vision out, or if it's an established company or a business or institution for that matter, that, will you follow with me? Will you trust and be loyal that, hey, you know where I'm heading. So I think loyalty, because certainly most leaders, whether it's a new vision or an existing business or opportunity, they want to have that sense of loyalty that, people trust. At the end of the day, stuff has to get done. And do you trust me that I have your best interest in mind? I think number 2 is commitment. I can be loyal to you, but I may not be committed to get stuff done. I may not have that commitment to, go above and beyond, really make sure things happen. So I think loyalty and commitment. I think one of the biggest things that studies show, Wall Street Journal came out with a study back in September 30th of last year. What are the top 5 skills that are being looked for in people today, whether it's executive or just normal staff employee? Number 1 was strategic thinking. Right now, and you don't hear as much about it, but it's coming up, people to have the ability to do a job, but when a problem comes up or an opportunity, have the wherewithal to take a step back and say, okay, what does this mean? How does this impact my job? And maybe at least a level above my department or team, and be able to just think critically about what this means, what this does, and is there a better way to do it? But be loyal to the process, but have enough thought to say, let me at least bring this to my attention, my boss. So the ability to think strategically or critically. So that, again, being number 3. So loyalty, commitment, strategic thinking. And I think most importantly, I think, a sense of drive. I think passion. I think today with Career Builder saying there's up to 24% of people right now that are going to probably leave their jobs at the end of the year, and 40% by Conference Board who right now are not satisfied with their job at all. And as soon as the economy shows a little bit more of a success, they're out the door. You need drive and passion. You got to have some sense of that, okay, yeah, I'm committed, I'm loyal, and, all right, I can think strategically. I have to have some sense of passion about what it is I'm doing. More so than ever with everything going on, something's got to hold you to the ground. So I think that's what they're looking for, not just for the future, but really starting to do now.
Thank you, Jack. Next we have, and we're just going to keep it rolling here.
So that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Name, rank, and serial number.
All right. Well, my credit card. I'm Joe Urbanski with Collegiate Empowerment. I am the Executive Director of Seminar Design and Delivery, and as big of a title as that is, basically what that means is I design and support the team in creating kick-ass seminars, facilitator, trainer, and Collegiate Empowerment presenter and coach.
All
So
right.
that's who I am.
Okay, we've got 3 leading questions. What is the relationship between a leader and a follower?
I believe the relationship between the leader and the follower is the same. What you're asking from a leader is the same thing that you want of a follower and vice versa, because it's my belief that what everybody wants in life is to create some kind of sense of purpose and meaning, whether they know it or not. Because what I found in research and studies and just my own experience is meaningful lives, not meaningful jobs, motivate people. And that's the greatest challenge we have in society, because the last stat I heard, 88% of people believe they're not in their dream job. 88% of people, and 74 or something like that % of people are miserable in their job. I mean, it's kind of absurd. And so what we've got to find is a way to bring people together to help them find more purpose and more meaning in their lives and in their jobs, because what a leader should do for us and what we expect of them is to create better leaders, to create future leaders. That's what leadership's all about. It's creating future leaders where that the future is better than you. I learned that from one of my colleagues, Jack Gottlieb. And the goal there is to create a place where it becomes easier and easier for them to succeed and be who they really are, in their own authenticity, in their sincerity, and what's most important to them, so that they can have a meaningful and purposeful life, not just a job. Because, again, your job's 8 hours a day. That's a third of your day, a third of your week, a third of your month, a third of your entire year. A third of your entire life you're spending at work doing this thing day in and day out. So if you can't stand that, that's 33%, which is a 67 in classroom. Can't stand your job 33% of your life, you get that wrong on a test, it's 67, that's a D. So if you can't stand your job, you get a D in life. And that's the greatest challenge that we have, because how many of you know somebody who's miserable in their job? I mean, that's one of the biggest challenges, so we have to support people. So a big goal for leaders is to support others in creating more of a meaningful, more purposeful life by creating a leader within them, finding the leader who they are, and then also knowing when to follow. We have to understand when to lead and when to follow. And sometimes you have to learn to do both, and you have to be very flexible, and it's a huge skill for leaders. So I believe that there's 4 standards of excellence for whether either you're being a leader or if you're going to be a follower. And I share these because it's the idea that this is something that I practice, it's something that my team practices, and wherever I go, it's the idea that these are the standards of excellence, I like to call them. So beyond leaders having great vision and passion and drive, I think there's 4 standards of excellence. The first one is energy, because without energy, you can't move people, you can't move yourself, you can't get yourself out of bed. We can't take others to a place we've not really yet been, and we have to have the energy to do that. So I know I'm always energetic, and people come to seminars and sessions, and they're like, where do you get all this energy from? Are you a morning person? I'm like, no. They say, are you a coffee person? No. I just wake up, well, I don't wake up this way, but when I get up, and I finally get up, I make that decision that I've got to have a lot of energy so I can be able to do what I do and be who I am. The second standard of excellence is commitment. When you make a commitment, you got to do it. It's about integrity, it's about showing up, it's about being who you are and really creating that impact within yourself and in your life, just having that commitment, whether it's in a personal life, your relationship, your career, whatever it is. You got to have the commitment, got to make the commitment. That's what is expected of both a leader and a follower. The third standard of excellence is application. If you don't apply what you know, if you don't apply what you're doing, if you don't apply what you're good at to your job, to your relationships, it isn't going to work. We believe life is too short to do the things you suck at, right? And so you've got to start doing the things that are really good, you're really good at, things that are meaningful in your life, and apply that so that you can create a meaningful life. So for leaders, they begin to create a sense of a community, a sense of legacy. Their legacy is their followers. I talk to a lot of clients and I ask them, who is your legacy? They say, the people that I serve, the people that I teach. So it is about servant leadership. It's about applying what you learn. It's applying what's most important to you. Fourth standard of excellence is celebration. You got to have a good time. You got to enjoy your life. You got to be passionate, energetic, enthusiastic about it. Without passion, life is work. But with passion, work is a hobby, and life is the reward. You get to live your life because of that. And that is exactly what everybody wants. Out of a leader, out of a follower, people want to be able to go to a place where they can just live their life and be who they are and be authentic and not have to worry about wearing a mask or doing the things that are challenging them or being stuck in their comfort zone. So ultimately, it is about purpose and meaning. That's what we expect out of a leader, and that's what leaders expect of their followers and the people who are going to help them create that legacy. And that's what life's all about. My slogan, my saying, what I believe is live with undeniable purpose. That is the goal in life, right? So that you live with purpose and meaning in your personal life. You create relationships that have purpose and meaning. You create a career that has purpose and meaning. And you do all this so that you could just have some freaking fun that has no purpose and no meaning whatsoever, and you don't feel guilty about it, right? And so that you have this sense of, you know who you are and you know what you're all about.
Well put.
How's that?
That's good.
Answers all the questions?
Yeah, I love you one take down. I gotta figure out how to turn this off.
I can keep going.
No, my turn again. No, you had a chance to listen to me. I want to add something.
I wanted to turn off.
It's really strange.